we have some exciting videos to show you as
Exciting.
well. Yes, they are pretty exciting, especially this first one.
Yeah.
As well as some
We tend to-
Q&As, possibly, if we have time.
We get a lot of grays.
We do have a lot of grays.
A lot of gray horses.
I think every single video has had gray horse in it so
I think
far.
so too.
And bays.
Yeah.
Just the life of bays.
Very common.
Alrighty, so...
I'm a chestnut girl myself, if anybody hadn't figured that out yet.
I'm a bay person, but I have a fancy little ginger now, so...
We've converted him
tried
to
it
the
on the
red
sides
world.
of turning into a red person. But anyways, back to our critiquing for today's vlog. We have
Isla.
and her cute little gray pony horse.
They're
Anyways.
doing cross country.
The iPad is broken. Doing a small little combination, 2 strides. She has a tendency, by the looks of it, that she likes to drift a lot to the left. No, that's the right. Sorry.
That's the right. I was gonna say.
I'm watching the video backwards here. So she's drifting a lot to the right. She needs to just have a little bit more feel on that right side, right leg as she's coming over, because she's just jumping into those square rails a little bit too much.
We need to sink that heel down and wrap that leg around the horse's belly. We lose it going over the fence, especially on the landing.
Yes.
It gets a little swing to it.
Yes, we do. We get that little swing. Back rotation could be slightly better. And a little bit more release. Her horse jumps very round, but she's just kind of pulling him up on the face there a little bit.
I think if she sinks into her heels and lets her butt come back towards her saddle, she'll get that.
Yeah, and not jump up his neck so far.
Yeah.
Like, she just gets a little bit up there, jumps ahead of him a little bit, so...
Get down in your tack.
Yeah, so we'll go back to the first fence again, and there is 0 contact between her calf muscles, pinches at the knee, and then again, no contact at the hips. So just allow yourself to be taller and not so broad with your upper shoulders. Just sink a little bit more and allow the horse just to jump up and elevate himself. He is a cute little jumper, and I'm guessing you guys are moving up the levels. So just keep on keeping on.
Good work. Keep it up.
Thank you. Our next video is a rider who I am going to idolize because she has cerebral palsy, and don't make fun of me. I knew you were going to see that. And she is learning and keeping up with balancing, and that's why she's riding horses and trying to move forward with her riding. She has sent us 2 videos, and both are fantastic, and kudos for her for doing what she does. Anyways.
Riding is very helpful in things like this, but it's also very challenging.
Exactly.
And yeah.
And
great job.
Lauren here is somebody who has been trying to move forwards, but because of cerebral palsy, she has taken a step back because she does sometimes fall off, and it affects
the balance.
and your confidence.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And it's the same with the post today that we posted. You are stronger than you think, so you just gotta keep moving forwards and have faith in yourself. So we're gonna move on to her videos. There's not much that we're gonna critique because she's doing a wonderful job moving forwards and getting to where she needs to be. So the paint horse here is, I think, her horse. It's a very nice horse. She rides Western Pleasure. She's just jogging around.
No stirrups.
No
to work on her
stirrups.
balance.
Exactly.
I mean, good job, girl.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'd say, keep your hands wide, perfect, allows you to have the leg, keep going.
Yeah.
Here, he just kind of kicks forwards because they're trying to canter.
Yeah.
And then she loses balance. So if you're going to canter forwards, Lauren, just grab a hold of the horn with the opposite rein. I mean, you're doing a great
yourself
job.
out.
Yeah, it just has that little bit extra balance, and then you're not going to feel so unbalanced when you're trying to get the transition. Because once you get there, you have a beautiful seat, and you work very hard at riding them, and it looks fantastic.
You've done a really good job. All I can say is keep it up. Keep your heels down as you are. Sit up nice and tall, and really just think about connecting your seat bones to the saddle. If you can think about your bum, think about your seat bones sitting in the middle of that saddle, then every time that horse moves underneath you, you'll be able to try and follow the animal as opposed to trying to think about steering. And if you can stay with the animal connected through the saddle, then that might help you as well.
Exactly. So keep on doing the great work that you are, Lauren.
Good job.
Thanks.
So we have a submission from Violet. Violet and her horse are going to begin eventing this show season, and she'd like some help. So Violet's coming into a bounce.
She comes in steady.
Very steady.
Very slow.
Yeah, she needs a little more elevation in the front end. A little more
Yes.
leg and hand.
Exactly. And
Close the leg, close the fingers, and bring the horse up.
he's a very, very quiet horse. So especially eventing, you want to have a little bit more go. You're inside, you're just schooling. So yes, keep it slow, keep it steady. But when you're coming in, there's potential to be able to push a little bit more and have a little bit more feel for him. It looks like you're just kind of pushing. When you're going to event him, you want to have the balance between the pushing and the half halt where you have a nice connection.
The oxer at the end, if you have that a little bit more momentum, then you're going to be able to ride that a little bit smooth. Slow himself and drops the shoulder before he jumps, and then he pops you back into the tack, and you can't really stay with him. So if you manage to get him a little more up, get him back on his hocks a little bit more, then he'll be able to come up into the fence a little bit nicer, and he won't throw you off balance back into the tack.
Exactly. You have beautiful equitation. Going over the fences, just stand up a little bit taller. You kind of get into what I have mentioned to Gabby before. You kind of look like an old lady driving a car. You're like, meh. I just want you to just be taller and allow him to go a little bit more. He's just going to start knocking rails if you just sit on his back a little bit too much.
We often say to Gabby as she's driving her car as an old lady that if she pushes her belt buckle forward upon landing and coming into the fence, she'll have a nicer posture and less hunched.
Yeah, and you'll be able to land and move forwards the way she does here, just not as much on the forehand as you would standing a little bit taller.
You have a very nice animal, very steady and quiet, and I think as long as you just get a little bit more impulsion but keep that quiet nature, you're going to have a very nice eventer underneath you.
Good luck on your show season. Our next rider has two videos that she sent in. One jumper horse that is a stunning gray, and the other is a hunter palomino.
Lovely
Very
pony.
lovely. Has perfect changes.
Yes.
A little slow on the changes, but perfect otherwise. Yeah. So we'll get right into the nitty gritty here. Radio. So this is Katie and one of her horses.
The big gray jumper.
The big gray jumper. So she says that he gets strong and forwards. As she's coming in, she's just doing some small practical work.
She seems to be keeping her hands low, like she's trying to hold him back a little bit. I think if she gets them off his neck just a hair, bends the elbow, and brings the shoulder back, it might help her to sit up and get her upper body straight.
Yeah, she's just kind of buried a little bit too much in her crotch.
Yeah.
Lift those hands, push them forwards, allow the horse to bring himself up and not bury him onto the forehands. He wants to be uphill.
Yeah.
He moves uphill.
He's lovely.
Let him be uphill. And keep your heels underneath you. Close your toes. You're getting a little bit duck foot there. It's something that kind of deters the eye from your upper body and your horse, and it just brings my eyes down to just keep watching your feet.
Yeah, I think it all just stems from if she says he's a forward horse. I mean, we're not seeing a whole lot here, but it's a slow exercise. But it looks like she's got her feet forward, her hands down. She's bracing for him just to bolt forward. But I think she'll find that if she does follow that lower leg back, hand up, shoulder back, it'll straighten her. It'll line up her head, shoulder, hip, and heel and give her a much nicer ride. He'll pop up underneath her and be round and soft.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why she's doing this small, light, practical work.
Yeah.
Cantering fences and then trotting to the next one just to keep his brain
Good
busy.
exercises.
Exactly. Just take things slow, especially if you have a forward horse. Take things slow, get them kind of bored out of their mind. And that's what she's doing. She's kind of boring him so that he's not going to be forwards all the time. Katie's Palomino. He is a hunter and he is a sassy little guy or gal. I'm not sure. So as she's going, she's trotting in. Same thing. You kind of brace for impact. He's a hunter. Let him go.
She did say she hadn't ridden him much. She wasn't used to using this much leg. But again, if she pulled that toe in and bring that heel back, she wouldn't have to use as much because it would already be on.
Yeah, lower calf muscles. Use your calf muscles.
Good.
So she's coming in. Like I said, just let him go. Let him beat forwards. He kind of gets very tail swishy into the lead changes.
He just doesn't have enough oomph.
Yeah, more. We want more.
Just because he's a hunter doesn't mean he should be cantering backwards.
Yes. No backwards.
Still need to have forward, rhythm. You need to be moving. You need to have a beat. You need to have a rhythm. You can't look half dead.
Yeah, like there in the corner, he just breaks down. She's moving.
Looks a little better there across the diagonal. Moves a little more forward.
She could have done without the extra step.
Fair enough.
Sit, move him forward towards the fence,
more.
and just let him flow. He wants to go. You don't need the extra step. Hunters have distances made for them.
Thank you, Katie. He's a really nice horse. Keep up the good work on both of them, and we hope these tips helped.
Good luck this year.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to improve your horsemanship one stride at a time, then subscribe below to Stride to Harmony. And you can check us out on Instagram
At Stride to Harmony, as well as email us at stride2harmony@outlook.com. Thanks again for watching, guys.
Bye, guys.